My next guest is coming off his first UFC victory, getting a TKO finish over Ike Villanueva at UFC Vegas 7. It is the Beverly Hills Ninja, Jordan Wright, back here on the program. Jordan, how's it going, man?
I'm great, James. How you been, man?
I've been great, but I did not get my first UFC victory, man. Congratulations. Before we talk about the actual performance, which was just like something out of like a Mortal Kombat game with those knees, but I wanted to talk about, how did this all come together? Because, I had heard rumblings that you had like a fight on Contender Series lined up, but when did you find out you were going to be a replacement in this fight?
So I fought on this past Saturday. It was Monday that they offered me the fight against Ike, and so it was like 5 days notice.
Excellent. Now, did you have an indication that you were like going to be a short notice guy, or was this out of the blue?
No, my manager had told me that I was basically going to be on call, but I was just pretty much staying ready pretty much all year. I've just been like, just keep the momentum going, stay ready, keep training, and just be ready for when they call.
So like I mentioned there was some rumblings about you fighting on Contender Series again. Was that accurate, or was that just rumors?
No, that was true. So I was supposed to fight on an earlier card in June, and then with one opponent, and then they changed my opponent, and then they pushed it to August, and then something happened there, and then they pushed it to October. So it just got to a point where my sensei Anthony Hardonk was saying, "Hey man, just stay ready because these are crazy times right now, and they're probably going to give you a call, so just stay ready." And that's what we did.
And it certainly paid off. And you mentioned Anthony Hardonk, the former UFC fighter. How did you link up with him? Because I think the last time we spoke, you were at Jackson Wink. So when did you make that switch?
I made that switch, let me think, around, I think October of 2018. I just needed to make a change. It was nice. It's nice being back in my hometown, and I love Albuquerque, and I still visit them from time to time. But I just needed a change. And Anthony and Vladimir over there, and my jiu-jitsu professor Fabio Leopoldo, it's just been a great mix. I also trained with this other guy named Raymond Diaz. He's my strength coach, and it's great because all of my coaches from striking and MMA, wrestling, BJJ, and strength, they've all actually fought MMA. So I'm just incredibly blessed, and I couldn't be with a better team.
And you've talked about it on the post-fight, and we've talked about it in our interviews as well, too. I know you're very close with your mother. Does she live in California as well? Was that another reason that you wanted to go back?
Yeah. I love my mom, and she's the light of my life. So being close to her is always great.
Awesome. Well, that sounds good. All right, well, we got to talk about the fight, though. I mean, come on, bat out of hell. As soon as that bell rang, you went right at him. And I mean, you've done that before in fights, but to fight a guy who has fought at heavyweight, who's a little bit bigger than you, and once you got that Muay Thai clinch and you started landing those knees, did you think the fight, it was only a matter of time that they were going to stop it?
Oh yeah. We train the clinch really, we train the clinch a lot. We train every aspect a lot, and I think, as soon as I was able to, get the necktie on him, it was just, threw a few knees, and I knew it would be over quick. As soon as he got busted up, really, I was like, this is a lot of blood. The refs are going to stop this. I just had a feeling.
Yeah, it was in a really bad spot as well, right above his eye, and you could sort of see, it looked like something out of Alien, not to get too graphic here, but when you saw it, you're like, it's a done deal, it's got to be over.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, there was a moment, of course, I saw the blood, and I was all like, look, as soon as we break, Jason's going to stop this and bring the doctor in, and they're going to stop it, because this is not, it just wasn't in a great area, so, yeah.
So what's going through your head when you get that first UFC win? Because I don't know if a lot of people realize, like, you've been all in on this for a long time, and I know it's been a dream of yours to get that UFC win. And I know, I'm sure it means a lot, but I know the goal is always to, win that title. But still, how did it feel just getting that first one?
It was pretty crazy. But, I felt like it was meant to happen. Like, I've been doing this for a really long time. It's been a dream of mine. I've been a martial artist my whole life. I've been fighting for a long time. I've been an athlete for a very long time. It's really cool. It's really cool to get a win on the big stage, but it also felt like it was meant to happen.
How did you celebrate after that win?
So Anthony, Fabio, Vlad, and I got a whole bunch of food, and we ate a lot, and Karen Bryant actually joined us in the hotel, and we shared stories, and it was super awesome and fun. We all just chilled pretty much. It was pretty low-key and awesome, and we all just hung out.
And I assume you or your managers talked to the UFC since then, because they must have been thrilled. And I know they were high on you as well, even when you were on Contender Series, like just with the fact that you're a guy they like. You finished fights. You're not point fighting. You're going to go in there and take someone's head off.
We've been in contact since then, and so we're just talking things over and seeing what the next move will be.
And I'm assuming, take this week off, but when are you looking to get back to training?
I would like to honestly get back as soon as possible. Even Anthony and I were talking today about just coming in and hitting some mitts, staying active, staying ready. Definitely next week I'll be going, back at it, but we might, train a little bit this week as well.
How was the overall experience, getting it on short notice and then fighting without a crowd? I know you were on Contender Series. It's kind of similar to that, but how was it just, being a part of Fight Week?
Pretty cool, to be honest. It's really cool because with, a lot of these local shows, one of the stressors, of course I didn't have to make weight, but one of the stressors is going around, getting your food, doing all this and that. The UFC took care of that for me. Clint, I forget his last name, but Clint, who works for the UFC, was really on top of the meals, and I'm super thankful. Hey Jordy, what do you need? What can I get you? Can I chicken, rice, eggs? What do you want? What do you want? So it was really cool to be put up in a really nice hotel and have the meals given to me, and we didn't have to go around so much and stress ourselves anymore. So that part of Fight Week was really awesome, and it was just an awesome experience. I really feel like I said it in another interview. I feel like I really leveled up. I feel like it really I grew as a man. Doing a lot of this stuff throughout this experience. So I'm just looking forward to getting back in there and getting back. Just getting. I take it day by day. So I'm looking forward to just getting back into training and keep on growing as a person.
And I know you got a lot of love on social media. I know a lot of the Jackson Wink fighters were giving you some props and everything. And I found it cool that you talked to Jon Jones before the fight. How was that?
Oh, it was so cool. It was really, really awesome. He just, Bones and I have always got along, and he's just super uplifting for me. He's my buddy, and I love him so much. And it was just a really good confidence booster, to be honest. He really just made me feel good.
Yeah, no, it's always nice to get a call from one of the best ever to do it, which is great. So we talked about what's next. Ideally, when would you like to get back in the cage? Have you thought about that yet?
I've thought about it a little bit, but right now I'm just kind of, I'm letting a lot of things sink in. I'm just, I'd fight soon. I'd love to fight again soon, but we'll see what the UFC wants to do, and just keep the ball rolling.
And I imagine 85 is where it's at. You're going to go back down to middleweight?
Yes.
Okay. So another question I want to ask, does part of you want that rematch with Anthony Hernandez, just with what happened on Contender Series? Would you like to get that one back, or is it doesn't matter, you'll fight anyone at 185?
I'll fight anyone at 185 if they, if the Anthony fight comes up, that'd be cool. But, I remember we had spoken before, and the whole thing was, there is no opponent, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I've matured a little bit from that, and my philosophy is still very much be ready for anybody. But I do take the opponent into consideration these days. I've grown from that. But at the same time, I'm not one to just gun for this or gun for that. I really want the belt, and I want to get more experience, and I'll fight whoever makes sense, and whoever the UFC thinks makes sense. And yeah.
And I know, kind of just talking about Contender Series, like after that fight, that was your first loss, and then you went out there and you fought in LFA earlier this year and defeated a really tough guy in Gabriel Checo. How much did the confidence go up just getting back in there, getting a finish, and, knowing that, you're still at this level, like you're not going to let one loss, act as a setback? Yeah, no,
it really felt great. That Checo fight was good for me. It being my first fight with the new team and everything, it really meant a lot to go out there and perform the way I did against Gabriel. And of course, I did train over at Jackson's MMA, Nick Urso's gym, for the latter half of my camp for that fight, because the fight was in Albuquerque, so I wanted to get acclimated to the altitude. But it just really felt good, taking my time and coming back. I didn't want to just do what a lot of guys do and start with a new camp and then fight under them and be like, yeah, I'm a this guy fighter now. Like, I really wanted to absorb the knowledge from Anthony and Vlad and Fabio and Ray before I actually, made the comeback again. Because you see that all the time with all these fighters that'll just, jump here, jump there, jump here, jump there. Oh, I'm a part of this team now, I'm representing. So, teach their own. but I wanted to do it this way.
You get some downtime, obviously. Big win, big week last week, going to get your UFC debut. Getting some anime in, or what are you doing this week? What's on the agenda for downtime?
Always getting anime in. Playing a few video games with the family. Fall Guys on the PS4, super fun game. Love playing it. I know you always want the anime recommendations. I always say right now, Demon Slayer. That's my favorite anime right now. That's pretty much been it. So I as much as I love the downtime, I also love the uptime, and I really want to get back to the gym and start training again.
Jordan, so great talking to you, man. It's been a bit. Glad to see you, finally getting the UFC here. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, the floor is yours.
Always I want to thank God. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank Sensei Anthony, Professor Fabio, Coach Vladimir, Coach Raymond Diaz, my strength and conditioning coach, and you can follow me on my Instagram at Ninjordo MMA.